We're at RamZs, and let's talk about gold and silver.
Remember last week when we
Yeah,
were doing the video on Wednesday, on Wednesday,
high
and
flying.
and then we were talking about, hey, let's see what it is on Friday, and we'll talk about it on.
Uh,
And it just had some crazy runs. Like it went from that 120 range we were talking about all the way down to what was it, 67 or something like that?
at least 71 or
71, yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, it really took a dive, but it corrected again. You can see the lows and the highs, but now if we just talk about what it's doing right now, you're at 85.12 on silver and 4,886 on gold.
And just a half hour ago, it was 5 grand on gold and 92.
Yeah,
So,
so it just keeps really, if we thought it was moving around a little bit before, oh man, you can run a $10 window on the silver and hundreds of dollars back and forth on the gold. So it's becoming it seems to be even more volatile than it was.
right,
But people are still pushing.
higher lows.
Yeah, they're still pushing like it's going to continue to work its way up. And there was some weird things that happened to make that happen, but we won't get into all that. But we've also had some semi-precious metals that people have been really interested in seeing, and this is all 1 ounce coppers. We actually have those now. And
There's a lot of interest in that right now.
yeah, we've had people buy them individually. We've had people buying this tube as a tube of 20, and that's what that holds. And we've had some people buying it by the tube. And it's not like crazy expensive. You're talking right now, it moves around a lot, but right now you're talking about something we would sell you at $4 a piece.
That's great.
Yeah.
Just an ounce, a measure of it.
Yeah, these are the same as your silver. This is a 1 troy ounce round. You can get them in kilo bars and 10-ounce bars, and we've looked into getting a few of the larger ones. We've had some, but we've sold out right now. We do have the 1 ouncers currently.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's just interesting what comes in and what people are interested in.
And you guys have been busy too.
It's been crazy, yeah.
More buyers and sellers, or both? Going both.
Today we had another $50,000 sale and another $4,000 just before we got on this video thing. So we've had some big sales that way. We've had people selling as well. Still, if people need the money and they're into it from 15 to 21 like I am,
You're done.
if you're at near $80, it's not a bad sale.
No.
It's just scary when you know last week you could have sold it at 120.
That's right.
But it just moves around.
Yeah, I watched a lot of shows on that, and people that, is it long term or are you an investor?
That's the nice part about owning it is you don't have to sell if you don't like the price.
Right.
Yeah, you can just keep it and hold on to it until some kind of thing comes up. But if you're getting into it at a right spot, let's hope you didn't buy it at the peak and then try to sell at the low, and that would be the worst case scenario. But if you can get into it at a spot where it takes a dip or you've got it at the low ranges, then you're just set. You can sell it. I mean, you've got a profit margin built in. You can sell it at any time you want.
And if the world explodes, silver can buy you a hamburger.
A lot of countries are backing their dollar with silver or gold, but a lot of them are on silver. And so if that became the value that you had to trade in, you'd have it.
That's right.
Yep.
Very good. What else is going on?
Yeah, so we're getting speaking of silver, we're getting some really crazy things in. This item here came in. That is solid.
Solid.
I think my dad was saying that was what, 90 ounces?
93 or 92 ounces.
Isn't that crazy? It's Russian. It's just a big, like teapot, I guess you'd call it. I'm not sure.
And that's probably just approaching 10 grand.
Yeah, and then we've got the transit here, and then the legs for it's over there, but that's a solid brass piece there. If you go over here, there's going to be a crazy thing to show you. Check out this weather vane, lightning rod weather vane deal.
Oh my.
Isn't that cool with the north, south, east, west? It's got the little star up top, and then it's got the little spot at the bottom that screws into the top of your roof there.
Wow.
Somebody just brought it in from an antique house that got torn down or whatever. They got that off first.
That's cool.
So that came in. I don't know if we showed that telephone last week, but that's something that came in at the end of the week. Yeah. And then check out this little Selecta Spring advertising piece. We had talked about that last week, but just to show the weirdness of what things come in as. You got a Stormtrooper helmet that I think you were trying to get me to put that on last week.
Yeah, I was.
And then also stuff like this. This just came in this morning. A lot of this stuff's coming out of Great Britain. It even says Britain's, but Great Britain. There's Jeeps and cars. This guy brought some peanut stuff too, like the little dish. But there's just all kinds of
Do you get amazed when you see stuff coming in ever?
I think I just get to a spot where I know people collect. I know people have had estates that they've had to absorb into their home. And people just get to a spot where they're like, hey, I'm ready to move this. I'm ready to clear out space, or I want something new. We have had some people sell us where they're like, I'm going to go in this direction. And so we get a lot of weird things, and I get impressed sometimes with some of the stuff that walks in.
Yeah.
But anyway, that'll be a few of the things that came in. The next video on Friday, you're going to see some of the other things that came in.
Awesome.
And any of this stuff in the videos, it's either going to be on our eBay page or it's going to be for sale in-house.
Everything through this lens is on sale.
Except for this guy. Anyway,
Hey, good to see
we'll hope
you.
to see you soon.